what's the objective for the player, and how do you want to build your colony, and how can you go about doing that?
Well, first we randomize the colony spots a bit every time you start a new game, so you have the exploration part of the game each time. The colonies, as the game area spans from the South America, Caribbean up to North Hudson Bay, and so you have different colonies on different resources. What you can do up north is different what you can do down south, and also you can build your colonies to be basically one large colony and then smaller colonies supporting it, or then you can build just many more small colonies which are individual and self-sufficient. So you have quite many options.
And I was intrigued by the advisor system, because it really changes the way a typical campaign plays, I guess, because it's much more dynamic.
Yeah, I mean, the basic thing is that you have 4 advisors: military advisor, trade advisor, bishop, and royal advisor. And each of the guys are only interested in his separate field. And you have a standing with each of them. And if you do military missions and have a lot of warships, the military guy is going to be happy. And you have to keep each advisor happy enough so your overall standing is good enough. If it goes too low, you get fired and it's game over. But the thing is that you don't have to please everybody at the same time. You can tell the trade advisor that, okay, I don't have very much money, but the military guy loves you because you have spent all your money in the military ships. So you can play along the different guys each time you play the campaign, and also you can change your play style at any point. You can say go from military berserk guy to training guy, and that gives you just a whole bunch of options.
How is the setting, the colonization changed the way you trade?
Well, the colonies you have in the Americas they have a constant need of different items. They want silk that you don't have there, so you have to bring it from the Europe, or they want something other stuff, and they need bastards, so you have to play along and supply them. And also you can build different kind of colonies. I mean, if you want, you can just build one great colony and then small ones, and also the change regarding if they're up north or down south.
So a major element that we haven't touched upon yet, naval battles. How have you improved these from East India Company?
There is a lot more visual detail, better smoke, better explosions, more detail on the deck of the ships. But also we have tripled the amount of ships, so now you can have up to engagements with up to 30 ships at one time. And we have now almost 20 different ship types, and we have new elements in the ship upgrades. And if you combine that with the commanders and specialists, you have a huge variation of ship types that you can manage and build.
The larger battles and the more different alternatives, I guess, puts more demands on the artificial intelligence as well.
Yes, and also to the players. So we have added new like tactical commands, formation commands, especially for the RTS mode. And also the battle environments are more varied. I mean, there's more island levels, there are more fort battles, and when you go up north high enough, there's icebergs, snow, stuff like that, and it's visually more interesting and diverse than last time around.
Could you tell us a little bit about the diplomacy and how that's changed? And because I suppose it's going to be a major part if you want to play safe or friendly game.
Yeah, I mean, I think the basic diplomacy in East India Company is already quite a very good one. We're going to do some small tweaking on it, but the basic thing again is that when you play with the diplomacy, you have to think ahead a long time and make decisions that have effect maybe in years to come. But if you use that wisely and cunningly, you can really affect the gameplay so that maybe you don't have to fight any wars yourself at all, but you can pay or manipulate others to do it for you.
Do you consider this to be a sequel to East India Company, or a completely standalone? Because it's somewhere in between, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, it's not a sequel, that's for sure, but I think it's like spiritual successor to East India Company. We have the same basic elements there, but we have so much more in the form of colonies, colony management, more versatile trading, twice the amount of ships, triple the amount of ships in battles, Indians, everything.